So I don't know how you've been feeling over this last bit. For me, it's come up with this emotion that internally I've started to refer to as the great blah. I feel like everything that I do, I'm busy or I'm distracted or I'm behind or I'm tired and I don't know why. Or honestly, I feel stressed and I don't think I should feel stressed. And then sometimes I'm stressed and I have good reason to be stressed. But it just feels like this emotion where it's all the emotions at one time and it just kind of comes out as this blah kind of feeling and sometimes even a sound in the midst of it. At the end of the day, I think what feels the most pushing and pressing is it feels like there's some hamster wheel in the back of my head that continues to turn and turn and turn. And while I'm never super incredibly swamped, I feel like I'm just always on and that my brain doesn't shut itself off. Right? I don't know if you feel that way, but I have felt this way for what feels like years. So it's probably been like 2 weeks or a month, but it just feels like we're at this stage of a great blah. And in the midst of that, I've also been doing some studies and readings, and there have been a bunch of scientists that have been sticking people in fMRI machines to see what's happening with our brains. And that's actually been really interesting because what they've found is the hippocampus that controls like deep thought and logical feeling and trying to just be present and aware, that it is under functioning in contrast to what humans normally do. And our amygdala, which is our fight or flight mechanism, is ramped through the roof. So we feel like there's a lion on every corner, even if there isn't necessarily a lot that's going on. And it feels as though that there is just stress and anxiety, worry or pain around every corner. And it just makes me think, what do we do? What are you and I supposed to do? And for me, it's actually pointed me back to the early church fathers and mothers, the monastics, because they would sense this fear because they were in a state of active persecution and they had people coming out to find them and they would retreat to the wilderness. And what they did to combat it was silence, was nothing. Not nothing as they sat and got bored, but nothing as in they created room where they could just be, where they could breathe, where they could say simple prayers, where they could lift their hands up and create space and have the silence and the presence of the Spirit meet them in quiet and remind them that it's okay and that you're okay. And I think that's what our society, and I know that's what I need now, is just times of silence and space. So today, we're gonna do that. I understand that we all are engaging with this video in different ways. So wherever you are, as much as you're able, we invite you to take just a period of silence, to stop the hamster wheel, to listen to God, the voice of the Father that says, "You are my child, whom I love, with whom I'm well pleased." So I invite you now for a time to breathe and a time of silence. Grace and peace, friends. Have a good week.